Hola. Okay. Eso es paso número uno. This is step number one. So you've gone ahead and you've gotten kind of launched on the assignment. You know that we're trying to create our own alebrije. You know that you have the option to learn a little bit more about alebrijes if you click this link here to watch this video. You know that this concept has shown up even in like popular culture, like Pixar, with the idea of this Pepita character. You know that you can read this, mostly this slide, because you can see that they are cognates, or there's lots of cognates, which are those underlined words or those palabras subrayadas there. And then you know that these are kind of the steps of your assignment to make sure that you have decided on your name, that you're going to use that name from class. You're going to watch the videos on the next slide that I'm about to show you to kind of get you into a place where you're able to create your own slide. And then you're kind of going for creativity points, because I am going to be giving pesos malos to the best class, right? Or the ones that are able to create the best identidades nuevas, okay? So here's one example. This is the one using the example that I came up with in class, right? The name was queso mojoso. Basically, in these videos, I'm going to basically tell you how the slide got from this to this, okay? So in this one, we got to make sure we get into the nitty gritty. We got to figure out how to do the background. We got to figure out how to add these text boxes. We got to figure out how to do these images, right? All that stuff. That's more to come. In this video, I'm simply going to tell you how to get the layout done. Let's say we're back and looking at our Identidad Nueva resources, things that we can use to help us out here, okay? And we really are stuck picking out a name, okay? I'm obviously going to be queso mojoso, but let's say we haven't had that much luck, okay? So we just use this random Spanish word generator, and that might help us figure it out. Oh, we're going to be something with a nut, okay? We're going to be something with a nut. Now, how are we going to describe our nut, okay? So we've got our Spanish word for nut, which is going to be la nuez. We've got our Spanish word for the a nut, which is going to be la nuez, but we got to describe it somehow with an adjective, okay? So are we going to be a quarrelsome nut or a squeamish nut? I love it. Let's be a squeamish nut, okay? If we're going to be a squeamish nut, we got to know how to say squeamish in Spanish. And instead of using Word or Google Translate, we're going to use word reference, and we'll go ahead and start typing in the word squeamish. Beautiful. They've given us a word there. Now, in order to understand this well, oh, we're over here looking in German. My bad. We need some English to Spanish. Oopsies, oopsies, oopsies. Okay, so let's go to squeamish now that we're in the correct language here. So we're going to use, easily disgusted or nauseated. Those seem good, right? Okay, so which one's going to sound good with nuez? Nuez quisquilloso. Love it. Now, because we have the word la nuez right here, we're going to be able to assume that that's a feminine word. So we're going to use from here the feminine version, which is quisquillosa. Okay, quisquillosa. When we're back on our slide here, we got to make sure that one of the first things we do is we're just simply going to add a text box so that we know what it is that we need to do. So you can always do that by just coming up here and clicking this where it says text box and then clicking on the slide somewhere, and it'll give you that. Okay, so we're going to be nuez quisquillosa. Okay, quisquillosa. And for now, just having that will be useful. Okay, just having this here will be useful. We can reformat it later. We can make it look nice later. Okay, but let's say we know we want to make sure it has the other parts that we need to include, which are going to be, well, if we go back to the example, we have the word in Spanish, the real name of the person, and then what it means, or el significado. So we need another text box to say what it means. Let's put a oopsies. We'll go ahead and put a parenthesis, and then we'll say that it is a squeamish nut. Okay, we've got a squeamish nut. Beautiful. Then we'll probably need one more text box to say that this is going to be mine. Okay. Oh, it belongs to Senior Malo. Well, then we got to figure out what we're going to do. Because if we're just trying to type like normal, we're going to realize that we're missing something. We have no ability to get a tilde over the N. So there's a couple different things that we can do. I obviously have a keyboard shortcut that allows me to just type that when I need it, but you guys aren't so lucky. So always, you're going to go over to where it says insert and then special characters. And then you can simply use this little area here to draw whatever it is that you're looking for. Then from here, you can choose what it is that you want to insert. So I've gone ahead and just inserted that right there. Okay, so now we've got these. Beautiful. Up to this point, we know how to add a text box. We know how to type in there. We're good to go. Now we're going to make sure we add a background. So where does it make sense for a nut to be hanging out? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But what we're going to do to get our background is simply just go to where it says background. And then we're going to click choose image. Now you got a couple different options. You can upload it from your drive. You can upload it from your photos. But I'm probably just going to do a Google image search because I don't have a cool background for a nut. So let's see. Maybe trees background. Okay, will give me something good. Okay, we're looking for a squeamish nut. They fall from trees. That sounds like a decent place to hang out, right? It could be something that makes sense, or it can be something totally random, right? We could do random background. Okay. We could do something like food fight. Okay, maybe he's got squeamish because of the food fight going on. Whatever. Let's say that we want our squeamish nut to be hanging out in this food fight. Beautiful. So now, oh, darn it, that might happen to you. If the image is too large, then there you go. You know that that's what's up. Let's try a different one. A different food fight image. Wait. Maybe you got squeamish at a murder scene. I don't know. I don't know. There's plenty of things that could happen. Or see, swamp background. We got squeamish at the swamp. Okay, beautiful. We like a squeamish dude. Okay, so we've added that as our background. And now we'll probably notice that it's a little hard to see our text boxes. So one of the other things that you can do is make sure that your text boxes are formatted differently. So let's say we want to change the background color of our text box. If we want to do that, we simply just go to, make sure it's collected. We can go to fill color. We can make it yellow. Okay. We can make it any color that we want. I like to make it something that kind of looks good with background. That one's kind of good there. Okay. We can maybe make sure it's center aligned, which is kind of nice. We could change the text to maybe Comic Sans, right? We can change it to Eater, right? There we go. That's kind of a fun one. Okay. We got Nuez Quisquiosa. Beautiful. Okay. There we go. And we know that that means squeamish nuts. So we can make that one centered. We can change this one to have this nice orangish background. Okay. And then it's going to belong to me. So we're going to maybe make that one of the same as that. Whatever works. Okay. You guys can make this however you want. Okay. So now you can actually see what you're looking for there. That's going to be kind of the conclusion of step one. If you can get the basics of what you need here. Okay, watch the other videos for help with the other things.